Good morning, Peterborough. So there we are on the coast, Victoria, the little tiny seaside town of Peterborough, nestled between Warrnambool and Port Macdonald. Now, come and check this out outside. It is another cracker of a sunrise. Look, the sky's just lit up again. Check this out. It's better than it was before. Got the drone going. Drone's going. What an impressive sunrise, eh? A little bit of rain, you can see it out there, check it out. Light rain. I'm just starting to feel the first bits of light rain. How beautiful is the Great Ocean Road. Very impressive. Oh look, I can see a rainbow as a little bit of drizzle comes in. That is just beautiful, isn't it? I'll get out of the way, I'm spoiling it. Now we're getting wet. Okay, I'm going to head for a bit of cover. It's raining. Let the phone do its thing. That's impressive. That's real impressive. Let's put a bit of rain protection out. Oh. See what the drone's doing. That was definitely very impressive this morning. So I will talk to you soon and tell you what's up today. Something interesting going on. I'll tell you later. See ya. So where are we off to today? We're off to a little Victorian town called Cobden. It's about 40 k's directly north of the coast and directly north of where we are here at Peterborough, Port Campbell area. So we're going to meet Scott Wilkinson. Who's Scott Wilkinson, I hear you ask? That's a good question. I've never met Scott. Scott is my friend Glenn, and Glenn's brother lives in Cobden. I'm not sure if that's their hometown, but it's around here somewhere where they grew up. And Scott is, from everything that I have learnt, is quite an interesting character as far as his skill and technology goes. He's got this little headquarters there in the Maney of Cobden where he produces these little speakers, and hopefully get a tour of his studio and hear from him and see how you can just build something and get such a great result. So that's where we're off to now. We're off to Cobden, only 40 minutes away. Let's catch you when we get there. GPS is set. Just pulling out onto the Great Ocean Road as we head to Cobden. So we're heading into the workshop of Alderwood. Alderwood handcraft sound. So just let's run through, and we'll talk about that afterwards. So
yeah, you got the CNC machine here. We do a lot of timber cutting.
The routing out.
These are custom made to be precision accuracy for cutting all the small parts that we need for our speakers.
And we could show you one we made earlier, but we're not going to do that.
Here we keep all of our materials flat packed, ready for assembly. That way we can sort of keep everything organised.
I'll just keep that brief. The speaker tops and bottoms, are they?
They're for a custom version, so they're the same speaker but a flush mount model. We offer the speaker in two models. One's flush mount and one's on the wall. So one can go recessed in walls and sort of be more invisible.
So that sits in like what it sits in the wall like that.
Yeah. So it hasn't been double-sided machined yet, so it won't really make any sense. But yeah, this part goes on there. It's all machined out in there, and then you can clamp it in your plaster. But I haven't got any of those here.
What do? You put that in the plaster wall?
It doesn't make sense because I don't have the rest of it here, but essentially that goes on there.
And then it mounts into that.
The front is machined out. So that way we've got the exact same sonic sound across the whole range.
So is that's the front of the speaker in the wall?
Yeah.
So that's flush.
Yeah.
And the speaker's internal inside.
I probably wouldn't show any of this because it'll make no sense to anybody unless it's all machined and it's on you.
Well, it makes sense to me, but I get it. So kind of you have it routed out like so that sort of.
Well, that's just part.
Well, that's inside. But
it's part of our clamping mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
So this all gets machined, and then that's on a thread, and that pops out, and it can clamp against plaster.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Little innovation.
Yeah.
Laser, so that does aluminium as well.
Yeah, we use that to engrave our products as well. It's cut plastic components.
So is that cutting out the grills?
No, we don't cut the grills.
That's punched.
We machine the grills on the machines. Not the CNC for aluminium work. And once the parts are finished, these are some of our grills. They get etched and painted with a ceramic material.
And these, as you were saying before, these are in the curing process, and 1 to 2 months just to make sure that they're fully cured. And that's people. That's what your little speaker is. It's as big as your hand, and it puts out better sound than anything else. Bigger, smaller, it puts out better quality sound. A couple of speakers attached to one of these bass units, which has all the electronics in the back of it to boost it.
Portable PA system.
Portable PA. There's one there. So obviously in the back you've got the inbuilt amp, the fire in there. So just plug your speakers. There's a mount there. And then your speakers go on the mount. Let's have a look at those clamps, because those clamps are really nice. So you got a.
So this is our way of arraying the speaker. If you need more and more sound from it, you can run 2 cubes on that one. We can run up to 4 on that one in an array if you need to cover a few hundred people.
And that one has a bit of adjustment, or is that? No, that's the angle. So that angle,
that one.
locked angle.
Or just tool free. Just pins and quick release everything.
So they just screw on, plug in, and then plug in the back, and away you go. Beautifully designed bucket. So there's a lot of stuff that I can't show you as far as the internals of these units, because the intellectual property is just that, protected, because it is so refined. It's kind of not going to be shown. Needless to say, that it is as good as you get. Look, you've even got the high-end Festools. Yeah. So interesting that Scott was saying when he routes out this machine here, the blade on this machine lasts indefinitely, when traditionally these things wear out very quickly, because he's turning the speed up until it sounds right and there's no vibration, and then just finding that sweet spot means those cutting blades last much longer traditionally than other people's blades because of that reason, because they run them at flat out and everything's vibrating and wearing out quick. Something he's learnt. Oh, you got a few of these vacuum cleaners here.
Yeah, love the Bristol gear.
Yeah, it's good stuff, isn't it? All right.